And welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So this is like a late video. I was gonna film this yesterday, but things got kind of crazy, so I decided to do it today. Well, actually, it's plus one of the books I didn't finish till yesterday because things were crazy. And so this is going to be part weekly wrap up, part I'm leaving for the most magical place on earth in a few days. And I want to know, what should I bring to read on the airplane? So stay tuned for that part. The first part is the weekly wrap up. So I only read 2 books this week. It was weird. This is my first week of vacation, yet I read a book Sunday into Monday and then nothing again until Saturday. Kind of weird, but whatever. The first book I read was A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks. And this is about a boy named Landon, and he is kind of like the cool kid kind of in his school, and then he's doing this play because this girl, what's her name? Why can't I say her name? Jamie asks him to do it, and so he's doing it, and he ends up falling in love with her, and I'm not going to go too much about what it's about because it's a movie, so I feel like everybody knows what it's about. But I was pleasantly surprised by this book. I gave it, I think, 5 stars, but it was because I read it and there was, like, nothing wrong with it. It was completely different from the movie, which was, like, weird. I mean, it takes place in 2 different times. Like, the movie's in the 90s and the book is in the 50s, and the play is completely different. And the parents are together when in the movie they're divorced. Like, there's so much stuff that was different, but there was nothing really wrong with it. But the weird thing was, like, I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, but there was nothing wrong with it. So that's why I gave it 5 stars. The next book, and the last book that I read this week, which is actually a what do you call it? I can't say it. Monumentous? I can't even say it. Whatever. This was book 12 for the month, and it ended up being book 60 in 6 months. What? I was so, like, crazy. This is obviously Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling, and I enjoyed this book too. I gave it 4 stars, but I kind of went into it a little biased. This is like, sorry, this is my least favorite book not least favorite book because I haven't read them yet, but this is my least favorite movie because I don't like the spiders and the basilisk and stuff, so I think I was kind of biased going into it. Like, I knew that was going to happen, so it was kind of like, eh. But there was also parts in the book where I just kind of, like, lost interest. I was just kind of reading, and I didn't really pay attention to what I was reading because it was just boring. So I gave it 4 stars. I'm going to obviously continue with the series eventually. I don't know when I'm going to pick up book 3, but yes. Now, on to what should I bring on vacation. So last time I went to Disney, I, like, read 1 book, and that was, like, well, I read 2, but it was, like, forced reads. Like, I didn't really, like, read that much. Like, I read on the airplane, I read New Year's Eve, and then I read, like, the plane ride back. That was it. So I decided that this time, and I had packed, like, 3 or 4 books. This time, I'm only bringing 1 book. I figured if I need another book, I'll just buy one at the airport. But I tried to pick, like, juicier books. So I've got 3 to share with you that are potentially in the running, so help me. The first book I want to read, possibly, is Poor Little Bitch Girl by Jackie Collins. It's a thick book. I don't really know what it's about, but I've been really wanting to read this lately, so I figured this would be kind of like a light, easy read to read on the airplane / driving and stuff. The second book that I'm debating on is A Salty Piece of Land by Jimmy Buffett. I figured this sounds kind of beachy and would be kind of easy to read too. And the last book I picked, which is the biggest of them all, is The Diviners by Libba Bray. I figured this would be like the perfect time to just knock it out and potentially get myself pretty deep into it, but I don't know, like, if there's major thinking involved in this book or not, so I wasn't too sure. So those are the 3 books that I am debating on bringing on vacation. Please tell me what you think I should bring down below. And I will see you guys at some point. This end of this week, I'm going to be away, so I probably won't be posting a video. So we'll see what happens. And maybe I'll post from down there. I don't know. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye.